Okay, I can already see the comments now. Be quiet. It's a comfortable shirt. Hello, beautiful people. Captain Zach Sparrow here. I saw some provocative videos online over the last few weeks, and it gave me an idea of what I should do for this video and just see how it goes. Since the dislike button doesn't work, and since I can hide your guys' comments, I don't think I have anything to lose on this anyway. Let's go ahead and try that. Isn't that great? Just having this open community that has these great discussions, again, of which that I can monitor heavily, of which nobody knows how much others dislike this video. You know what? I think we're going to try that in this video. So let's see here. I called the MetaZoo top the week that it occurred. I called the MetaZoo bottom the day that it occurred. I called several things. So here's why you need to listen to me and why you can't even question my authority. I wanted to let you guys know. There are videos on this too if you want to go ahead and scrub the videos and look back on this anyway. When MetaZoo was approaching Cryptid Nation First Edition boxes, when they were approaching $700, just looking at the FOMO, at the rate that the Discord servers were growing, what I thought that those boxes were worth at the time, what Kickstarter boxes were worth at the time, how everything was growing, the boxes that is, and I can't ever stay on time. So I made a video about it saying, you know what, I'm selling these boxes, the $600 to $700 mark, which I did. And when the boxes fell back down, now, I did think boxes were going to go back down to about the 300, 350 range, and they didn't really. When they fell back down to about the $400 mark, plus or minus. Yes, some people could squeak out deals a little better than that. I'm talking about on the open market, of course, like on eBay and Facebook Marketplace, that sort of a deal. When I saw that bottom kind of fixate, when I saw it hit around that $400 mark, and it would not break. It was a solid floor for a while too. I think you could buy boxes there for about a couple of weeks, maybe even a little bit longer than that. And I knew at that time, with what Mike was saying, with the videos that other YouTubers were creating, and again, at the rate that the Discord servers were growing, I knew there was going to be a run up again. And then that's when I purchased more boxes. And then that's how I accumulated the amount of boxes that I have today. Now that's a nice little pat myself on the back session here, but there were a few reasons why I was able to do that. Because I was actually studying the Discord server, I was monitoring the growth of it, number one. So, and that's really easy to do too, by the way. And looking at the genuine engagement of it. Contrary to what people in this comment section will probably let you know, MetaPoo actually has genuine interest on how to play the game. There's just some of the most watched videos on YouTube. If you look in the Discord server, you have raving fans of MetaZoo. Yes, it's almost like a cult, but that depending how you want to break this video down, you could almost describe any organization or community like a cult. Like if you really want to paint a picture like that, so I never understand videos like that. Another thing is, I'll probably put in the title something along the lines of like, maybe like, I'm like chilling on investing, or don't invest in everything in MetaZoo, or whatever the deal. And the reason for that would be like these Valentine's Day promos. Like, Zach, do you think these are going to stock hard? I think they'll be fine. I think for growth, I think that they'll be just fine. I don't think that it's like a bad investment still, because it is crazy. We're still pre-viral. The game is still new. Again, it is kind of crazy to say because I just feel like it's been years, even though it hasn't been at this point. So it's still at an exciting time, but this year I'm going to have to monitor and be really close on it. Again, I feel like we might see a bear market this year. Even if we do not during that time, are people going to look back? And this is the question that I ask myself. Are people going to look back 10 years from now? Again, we have to assume that the game grows and flourishes and everybody's holding their hands, holding their chibi cards. But at the end, like of this little cycle here, so this 10-year example, in 10 years' time, are people going to look back in the hobby and either A, purchase these promo Valentine's little tins, or are they going to look back and say, you know what, I want a Cryptid Nation First Edition booster box or a Kickstarter box or whatever. So these are the questions I'm asking myself. And if you look back historically on practically any successful TCG, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, whatever the case, if you look back on that, yes, people who look back, they're going to look at old Magic sets like, or any cards like Alpha, Beta, you name it. And people look back on that for Pokemon as well. However, those like promo weird tins, like the Valentine's promo-y things, yes, Pokemon had like some weird promo kits and things, and yes, those sell for silly dollars right now. But when you look at it from a percentage increase standpoint, which again is always the question that I'm asking myself, is that the best use of my money right now? And do I think that with those Valentine's Day cards and promos, do I think that that is the best use of my money currently? Because if you bought 5 of them, that's like, it was like, I don't know, depending on shipping and stuff, I think it was like 80 something dollars or whatever the case for 5 of them. Do I think that I could flip those for, quick 50% or 100% on my money? Yeah, probably. Maybe not even that extreme now. Again, it totally depends. And if you can't, then in my opinion, I don't really think they're worth it. And that's not to say that it's a bad investment. That's not to say that that I'm going to be right on that. And that's not to say any of those things. However, from my point of view, okay, 80 something dollars, I could buy a booster box of Pokemon for that. Do I think that would be better? I could buy a kind of expensive card, depending what your opinion of expensive would be. I think anything, like, we're talking about cardboard here. So if you're talking about an $80 card plus, like, that's a pretty sought after card. Like, if you really think about that. And I know we're all just tainted from the market of looking at all these $1,000 cards all day, every day. But an $80 card, like from a casual investor, not even a casual collector point of view, that's something that I like to remember when I'm taking all of these things in consideration. And again, I don't want to come across this video as like I'm all knowing and you need to always follow my advice. I want you guys to just hear my opinion. Hear one more opinion. Put that in your little opinion bucket that you probably won't pick from again, but it's still in there and you have that information. So for what that's worth, which is probably 2 cents to you, there it is. There's my 2 cents thrown in that little bucket, right? So I wanted to, I guess, paint the picture of this year, because I think this is going to be one of the years for MetaZoo. This year and next year. Again, I think in the next 1 to 2 years, I think that we're going to see a bear market. And again, that is not me saying like that'll be the time to get out or any of those, that sort of a deal. But what I wanted to be on the record for was saying, be careful what you're putting your money into. Yes, right now we're talking about investing in base set. We're talking about essentially investing in fossil and jungle and just a bunch of older sets. But now they're not going to be as old, right? All of these forthcoming sets, they're not going to be as old. Percentage increase wise on your dollars, that is going to be what will be the interesting play. Again, I think that MetaZoo is going to see a 10x to 100x in the next couple of years. So any new set during that time period could be a great, fantastic investment. So don't twist my words in the comments like you guys always choose to do. And whenever I see Discord servers afterward, people say, well, he didn't bring up this in his little 10-minute video. Well, and that's what makes him stupid. No, you're stupid for assuming that I can get out all the information that I need to in a 10-minute. People are so weird, man. You guys tilt me sometimes. Isn't that what they say? They say full tilt. Isn't that still like a saying or thing? So, man, there are a lot of things that I wanted to address in this video, as you can see. So, and it's a much more serious video on this one too, because I want you guys to know that my real stance on MetaZoo, because yes, I think that this year is still going to be a fantastic opportunity for collectors and investors in general. Like, even if you just like the game, I think now it's going to be a fantastic opportunity. However, I'm not picking up everything MetaZoo, because I think that there are better opportunities. For example, 10 years from now, you have to make the assumption that the game is going to still be in play. It's still going to be a big thing, which I really believe it will be. I feel like it's already proven too much at this point to be stopped by the market that is welcoming it with open arms. Again, like I said, I think several things, like major things, would need to go wrong at this point. Again, it is still a newer game. There is still risk involved, sure. The game could still die. That is still possible. There's still no solid story like that serves like as a bedrock for this, like there is like a Pokemon. Now, I'm not saying that the story for MetaZoo is bad. It's not widely known, so that the rug could still be pulled on that, right? So again, these are just things that I like to take into consideration. These are all factors that come into play. Again, what do I think about all of the Valentine's again, I bought like the Christmas promos and such. I'm not buying these Valentine's Day promos because I see a better opportunity right now to be totally transparent in other MetaZoo items and cryptocurrency. That's coming out here soon. Partially to the channel, partially not. So where do I want to go from here? I wanted to, again, be on the record for, don't just throw your money at everything and expect to make massive gains on every single item you touch right now. Yes, there is, I don't know, there's a lot of opportunity. Do I think that you can make money on almost everything MetaZoo right now? Yeah, because that's just kind of where we're at. But percentage increase wise, this is why I passed up on Kickstarter boxes. Would it be cool to own a Kickstarter box? Yeah, well, who wouldn't want a Kickstarter box? However, why did I not pick those boxes up? I had the opportunity when they were floating around the $2,000 to 20. I had the opportunity when they were floating in the 1K range, but I still did not know. I wasn't convinced at that point. But I had the opportunity when I was pretty much as on board as I am now. Obviously, every day it just gets stronger, but when they were floating around $2,000, $2,200 a box, I had to ask myself, okay, do I want to invest in this or do I want to invest in first edition booster boxes, which is what I ended up going with. And I had to ask myself, percentage increase wise, what's going to give me the biggest bang on my buck? Oh, it's going to be these first edition boxes. Absolutely. Are the Kickstarter boxes more rare? Sure. But these first edition boxes, I think I'm going to see a bigger percentage increase. Again, I was thinking of the average investor stonker for MetaZoo. Is the average person going to be able to buy a $2,000 box, which, again, if my theory is right, the game will thrive and these boxes are going to go up in price. Do I think that those $2,000 boxes are going to go to $20,000? I mean, maybe. That would be insane. But even if they did, do I think that there's a higher percentage chance of first edition booster boxes seeing a 10x? Yes. So do I think that the average person who is investing money in these boxes will be able to buy a $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 box? No, they won't. They do not. They don't. Look at what items move the most with TCGs. It's not going to be those Kickstarter boxes. For first edition boxes, though, could I see someone buying a $500 box or a $1,000 box? Yes, I absolutely could. So again, it's easy to get wrapped up in the percentage game too. So at the end of the day, I wish I had a Kickstarter box. I don't. I wish I did. Will I be buying one ever? No, not unless those crash to an insanely low dollar amount. And if they did, I mean, the game might be in a different position at that point too. So these are all, again, questions I like to ask myself. So, I mean, with these MetaZoo boxes, you know, I was looking at boxes, you know, around the $100 range, $150 range. You know, you saw a 900% increase on first edition boxes. And then, yes, you saw a cutback from there too. So, I mean, you know, depending on where they're floating at and what site you're looking on. And again, it just depends on when you were looking at them. But when they were floating around the $1,000 mark and you saw recently sold in the 1,000 range, you saw a 900% run up from that. You didn't even see half that for the Kickstarter boxes. Again, depending on when you bought them. If you bought them around that $2,000, $2,500 range, you didn't even see half of that. So, for percentage increase wise, we're killing it right now, boys. So, again, this is just me letting you know, just stroking my ego here, letting you know how superior and how smart I am, right? So I feel like all of you just need to bow down. Thanks for putting up with my BS in this video. yeah, man, for MetaZoo, I still get DMs regularly about, what do you think about this set to invest in? What do you think about that set to invest in? Any set that comes out in 2022, I am going to be stonking in. Any set. Now, that does not mean every item, every promo, every this, every that. Would Zach rather save those 80 something dollars from those Valentine's thingies? Would I rather save those $80 and then pass up on another, I don't know, let's say that they do some sort of a weird summertime vibe giveaway or sale. If they do something like that, I might pass up on that too. Again, it depends how exclusive it is, depends how this and that. But even if it is super duper exclusive, do I think it's going to be more rare and more sought after than something like that of a Kickstarter card or a sample card? Those are the items that I would want to be looking at right now before this game does what I think it is going to do and absolutely explode. So if you're in of that mindset, again, take my opinion for whatever you think, whatever it is worth to you. This is just how I'm looking at it. Would I rather save those dollars here and there and save up and buy that one, I don't know, that one Chaos Crystal, that one Kickstarter Chaos Crystal I was looking at? Would I rather buy a Piazza Burger? These are the items that I would want to be looking at right now because I think this year is, and I don't even know if it'll be all of this year. It depends, like if and when there is a bear market. This might be our last opportunity for like the more average Joey person with average Joey type money to put into these Kickstarter cards, to put into the more expensive first edition Cryptid Nation first edition cards. So again, these are the questions I'm asking myself. I don't have all of the answers. I just wanted to give you guys a more in-depth MetaZoo video. I felt like something like this was due at this point of view. And any patrons who are still watching this point, and this isn't me shilling, I really do mean that. Any patrons who are still watching this point, I have a really cool video coming up for that as well. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Thanks for your support on all of these videos. It really does mean a lot to me. I like being heard. Doesn't that feel nice? Like whenever you talk and it's not just an empty room. So thank you. This is like the build myself up and tear myself down kind of video today. I don't know. Every time I end a video, there's always something I'm like, oh, I should have said that too. So, but people never cease to let you know where your shortcomings are on the internet. So I'm sure I'll hear all about that too. Again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And don't forget to pay your taxes because we're in that wonderful time of year. And I don't know. Until next time. I'm still not editing my videos yet. They'll be here soon.